It was a very crucial innings, and India won because of the innings, because the innings you played, because South Africa came very close at the end.
Yeah, I'm really happy the way I played this inning, and more happy that my team got a win against South Africa, and looking forward for the coming matches.
Shikar, you've obviously, South Africa's pace attack has always been one of their strengths, so they'll stay at more and more. But when they were not there and you had the other guys, was it a lot easier to face them today?
Not really. Of course, Markle and all the other bowlers, they're very known bowler in international circuit, and they bowl good pace too. But I guess Rohit played really sensible at the start, and then we used the pace of their bowling and played some good cricketing shots. Yeah.
Could you talk about opening with Rohit? I mean, the kind of batsman he is and you are, is it easier to complement each other?
Yeah, it was really nice playing with Rohit. I'm playing for the first time with him as an opening pair, and it was really good, and our combination really worked for us. Running between the wicket were really good, and our understanding were really good, and Rohit played some brilliant shots today too.
The first 10 overs, India were like about 50 odd for no loss. But was there a plan like you wanted to score so many runs after the first power play and then move on?
No, we didn't have a plan like to score that fast. But of course, once we see the nature of the wicket, once we get set on these kind of tracks, then you end up scoring lots of run, and that's what happened with us. And we both were playing on merit of the ball, and we were getting lots of run per over. Yeah.
Shikar, two things. One is looking at you out on the field there, you really seem to be actually enjoying yourself. Kind of how much is what exactly is going on in your mind right now? I mean, are you looking to make the most of what's happening? Can you talk through like kind of
when I'm batting?
How is this phase for you? Yeah, I mean, you're batting. It shows.
Yeah, just watch the ball and play the ball, and I enjoy watching my partners batting and enjoying running between the wickets, and enjoy taking the pressure. Yeah.
And did you one thing was did you all sit and have a chat about before this tournament started? Did you all sit and have a chat about how to go about with these new rules? I mean, what was like the idea? I mean, what was discussed?
Sorry, who had chat?
Did you all sit and have a chat about how to go about with these new rules?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what was discussed? I mean, can you just like?
Of course, when there's new ball from both the ends, so our plans were like, because it's new ball from both the ends, to take it easy at the start, because a new ball over here does a bit and bounce a little bit more, so we wanted to take it easy at start, and once we got our eye in, then we can always play our shot, and that's what we did.
शिखर, क्या बताओगे कि आज जैसा विकेट था और एटमॉस्फेयर भी था, लग रहा था कि हम इंग्लैंड में खेल रहे हैं, इंडिया में खेल रहे हैं, पता चल रहा था?
नहीं सर, लग रहा था इंग्लैंड में खेल रहे हैं। बिल्कुल, विकेट अच्छी पेस थी विकेट पे, और अच्छा बाउंस था, तो बस ये था कि हमने एक अच्छे तरीके से अच्छी बॉल को रिस्पेक्ट दे के, उसके बाद जब लूज डिलीवरीज मिली तो उसको कैश इन किया, और आई गेस कि अब लड़कों को इतना एक्सपोजर मिलता है, तो उस वजह से अब बाहर खेलने आते हैं तो हम पहले से काफ़ी बेहतर खेलते हैं। ऑफ कोर्स, बिल्कुल, यहाँ के लोगों ने काफ़ी सपोर्ट किया हमें, और काफ़ी खुशी होती है कि जब चीयर करते हैं सारे ऑडियंस हमारे लिए, तो काफ़ी खुशी होती है। थैंक्स कहना चाहूँगा मैं सब।
शिखर, स्टेप आउट करके बैटिंग और फास्ट बॉलर्स को ऐसा फेस करना, ये एटीट्यूड की सवाल है। तो आपको लगता है कि पहला मैच जो आप लोग ने प्रैक्टिस मैच जो खेला, उसके तो आपको पता चला कि डिड यू नो कि स्टेप आउट करने से बॉल पहले मीट करिएगा और भी फ्लो आएंगे? इतना एटीट्यूड, ये जो एरोगेंस आपने दिखाया कि स्टेप आउट करके बार बार जाके फास्ट बॉलर्स को मारना, चौवा छक्का, ये तो बहुत, कैसे आपने इतना करेज कहाँ से लाया?
ये करेज सर मैं नेट से लाया। नेट में मैं प्रैक्टिस करता हूँ, तो फिर मैच में उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करता हूँ। तो जब मुझे लगता है कि मेरे को मारने है, ऐसा ट्राई करता हूँ, तो मेरे लिए चलता है, मेरी गेम है वो, तो मैं आई एम यूज्ड टू इट।
शिखर फील्डिंग आज बहुत जबरदस्त देखने को मिली, आपको लग रहा है जीत में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल अदा किया फील्डिंग ने?
हाँ जी।
फील्डिंग ने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल अदा किया, आपको लग रहा है आज?
हाँ बिल्कुल, हमारी टीम ने काफ़ी अच्छी फील्डिंग करी। फील्डिंग स्टैंडर्ड हमारी टीम का काफ़ी अच्छा है, रन आउट किए और काफ़ी रन रोके, तो उससे ऑफ कोर्स जो एक पॉजिटिविटी रहती है फील्ड में वो बहुत फ़ायदेमंद रहती है बॉलर्स के लिए, प्लेयर्स के लिए। और जब आप रन रोकते हो तो एट द एंड वो रन आप दूसरी टीम को एंड में ज़्यादा बनाने पड़ते, तो हमेशा फील्डिंग तो सबसे मेन पार्ट है।
Maybe do you think Cardiff weather bowled you a googly, because at the time of toss it was cloudy and cold, and when the play started it was sun was out?
Yeah, that's not the reason I bowled first. We just had a look at the stats and the past scores and stuff like that, and whether it was cloudy or not, we still would have bowled first. I was expecting a little bit more from the wicket, a bit more movement up front, which we didn't get. But then again, losing more than Morkel in the middle overs were quite a big shock. But the way the boys fought back right throughout to the 50 overs was a great effort. I thought we restricted them to a chaseable score, and unfortunately we just didn't get there.
AB, you think the short ball was overused, especially early on?
I don't think so. Against the subcontinent teams, I told someone in one of the previous interviews that I still prefer some of the batters in the subcontinent teams to rather hit us off our lengths instead of hitting it down the ground and missing a length on the fuller side. I don't mind that, especially in the English conditions. You can argue that we'll go back to the drawing board and reassess where we went wrong, but I don't mind the guys having that aggressive mindset. I'm very proud of the way we fought back. We got 5 wickets in a very short period of time in the middle overs there, and I think that was probably the short ball paying off, and something coming our way because of that, because of us having that aggressive mindset right throughout the game.
There were times in your innings when you could and maybe should have won that.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm hurting, and that's why I'm quite disappointed with what happened here today. After being down and out in the first 50 overs, behind the 8 ball, to restrict them to 330 was first of all a great effort, and then to get ourselves into a winning position was even better. Unfortunately, there were a couple of run-outs, unforced errors. But I take a lot of positives out of this game. I'm not going to sulk too much. We'll try and learn from our mistakes. And we've got a massive game against Pakistan. We've played them a lot in the recent past, and we know the areas we're going to attack. And a bit more from. I'd like to see a bit more from the positive cricket that we played today in the next one.
Can you explain the unforced errors?
The couple of run-outs were probably unforced. Miscommunication in the heat of battle. Sometimes you're so eager to do well for your team, and you're just not always maybe in the same mind wave or whatever you call it than your partner, the other side. And unfortunately, there were a couple of misunderstandings out there, which is understandable sometimes under pressure and in the heat of battle. But it was unforced, and it cost us dearly today, unfortunately.
The aggressive attitude of your fast bowlers earlier and you backing them. What about were you surprised by the attitude of the Indian openers, like who built a successful opening partnership?
They didn't show a lot of aggression, but I thought they didn't bowl too badly. We got off to a flyer, so I thought we had the upper hand there, and it's difficult to give a lot of credit where you're playing better than the opposition. I think we had 77 in the first 10 overs, so we played quite well. But still, I've seen a lot of them in the recent past in the IPL. I've seen them bowling really well. There's a lot of talent in the Indian seam bowling attack, and. Oh, with the batting, okay. Yeah, Shikar I've played with in Delhi. I know his game quite well. He's a very talented individual. He played really well today. He's got the whole package, and I'm sure he'll get better as his career goes on. He's a good player, and unfortunately we couldn't get him out at the right time today. But that's not where we went wrong.
AB, just give us an update on the fitness of Steyn and Morkel, please. Can I ask you in that case, how concerned are you that without Steyn and Morkel, your bowling is looking a bit lightweight?
It will be a big loss not to have them here, but I'm pretty sure our medical staff and management team will get both of them on the field in the next game, hopefully. If not, hopefully the last game. But we'll assess things tomorrow. Morkel's going for a scan, and we'll have a look at that, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have a look at that tomorrow.
Maybe you said that you're going to attack India like a pack of wolves. And how much of that wolf or that attitude or the energy you said you reflected, one? And the second is, were you surprised to see Rohit Sharma opening the innings? Because you said you had a lot of intelligence about the Indian team.
Yes, there was 100% of that pack of wolves out there today. Like I said before, I was very proud of the way the boys fought back, especially after losing Morkel. It was a great fight back, and that energy was very high right throughout. We didn't get a lot of opportunities for run-outs and things like that. But every time I connected with the team, the energy and the intent and the awareness was there. And I'm very proud about the fact that we kept them down to 330. It could easily have been 360 or 70, which would have taken the game out of reach for us. So, and the second question, Rohit Sharma. Wasn't too surprised. He was the other option. It was either him or Murali Vijay. We know both the players quite well. We actually looked at both the players before the game, where their strengths and weaknesses are. So we were expecting the unexpected today, and we got a little bit of that.
Maybe just on your opening, what was the thinking behind Colin instead of Alvaro? And just back to you talk about the heat of the moment and the bat and under pressure. And is that not the reason for going to Switzerland and Holland with Mike Warren and all those type of camps? Is that not why you go there?
First of all, Colin is, over the last few games, we've watched both players closely. Colin is probably in a little bit better form. He showed more confidence in the last two games than in the nets. So we went on that. And Colin's been in the ODI side, and I thought it's fair to keep him in the team ahead of Irie. We'll obviously reassess and have a look at the team again going into the next game. The heat of the battle? No, that's not what I meant. We didn't feel the pressure. It was so important that period that your intensity is so high and your heart rate is beating and you're going at a massive pace, and you're not always in the same pace as your partner at the other end, and that's probably why the miscommunication happened. Once again, you try to do your best for the team, and like I said, unfortunately, those miscommunications happened. But the camp in Holland was an amazing camp, and we probably got that close because of that. So I'm still very proud of the way we fought back today.
Maybe because of the format of this tournament, every game is basically do or die. But do you look at the game against Pakistan as a knockout game?
We're definitely going there to win. We'll have to keep that aggressive mindset that we had today. It's basically do or die. We'd like to win at least 2 out of the 3. When you go 1 out of 3, net run rates and things like that come into play, we wouldn't like to have that. Even 2 out of 3, you might have that. But definitely going to win. Each game we play, we have to try and win. It's a short tournament. There's no room for errors, except for today's. But we'll try and repair that in the next game and go for a big win.